Hey guys, it's the Badger here coming to you from the Badger's Den with your next Fix It Friday video. Except since I've been on the road for the past couple weeks, we have a stand-in this week. So G-Paw Badger needed to put a new battery in his Harley, so he made a video of that and has sent it over to us so that we can share it with you guys. So guys, if you like our videos and want to see more videos like this, please like them, share them, and of course subscribe to our channel because that helps us grow. And remember, it's not about the destination, it's all about the ride. We'll see you soon.
Hi everyone, Grandpa Badger here with the help of Baby Badger, and today we're going to talk about changing out the battery of the bike. Today we're going to take and put a True Gel Bike Master battery into this bike here. The gel, we've chosen the gel because it's actually a 2-year battery instead of a 1 year, which most units are. The main thing is with these bikes here, this is an 09 Springer Softail CVO. And what they have on them is a proximity alarm system, so you have to be close to your bike to make the bike start up. And if you try to disconnect the battery without doing a few steps in there, and you disconnect the battery, the alarm starts going off. It's very annoying, even though your battery is completely disconnected. It has a backup battery. So we're going to show you how to take it and disconnect the alarm system so you can take and change your battery very quickly, put it back together, and be down the road. So I'm going to take and grab the battery here. We've already got the screw out of the seat back here. So we're going to take and have Desi pull the seat off, and we'll get going and show you how to take and change the battery out. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to come down here. We're going to take out the main fuse on the battery. The main fuse will take and disconnect the system, so the alarm system will be inactivated, so we can actually pull the battery out, put the new battery in without it going beep, 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 beep. So we'll come down here and look at this down here. We have our battery sitting in this compartment here. The negative side is unexposed, the positive side is covered up. This is our main fuse compartment here. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide this part out right here. This is the main fuse in this bike. Push the clamps together, slide it out. Now before we remove the fuse out of here, we want to do a couple of things. First of all, we're going to go up here and show you that the alarm is on. And the alarm is flashing, and I do have the fob with me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the bike on, and we're going to come back down here to the fuse, and I'm going to disconnect the main fuse. By disconnecting this main fuse, the bike is now off. If we go back up here, we can see that there's no lights on, everything is off, and we basically taken the alarm system out of the circuitry on there, so we can now remove our battery. And while we're talking about the battery, you got our positive over here and our negative over here. This battery has lots of energy stored in it, so we want to make sure we don't touch anything to the positive of the frame. So I always go ahead and I take off the negative first, get all the wires taken off, and then if we by chance hit something from the positive to the frame, there's no negative on there, we won't have any sparks. Be very careful doing that. If you're not careful or comfortable doing that, make sure you take it down to your local bike dealer, have them do it. It's better than burning your bike down or having a problem. So next, okay, we're going to take our battery out of the box. Now in your box, you're going to have a package of a couple screws and a block. Yeah, the block I've already put in here on this one here. There's a block in there that you can take and put inside. It's got the little hole in it. Slide the block in, and the screw goes into it to connect your cables and everything too. Now if you saw, I put these screws back into the battery I was taking out. That way I could grab a hold of the battery and pull it up, be able to remove it from the bike easier, because there's no real easy way, unless you get really good grips there, to be able to pull the battery out, since it is a lead acid battery. Even though it's gel, it's still very, very heavy and hard to get out of the bike unless you take and have something to hang on to it. So that's why I put the screws back into it and pull the other one out. So now we'll just go ahead and we'll drop the battery back into the bike. Okay, now we're going to slide our battery back in. We want to make sure we get all our wires back out of the way when we're sliding in, that we don't have one drop down there and we lose it. So we're going to see if we can slide our battery back in, down in here, keep our wires out. There we go, dropped right back down in. Now we got all these different wires that we need to make sure that we get in the right spots. So we're going to have 5 wires on this side, and I'm going to have 5 wires on this side. They're going to connect back up. Again, we're going to come over here to the positive side, and we'll connect the positive side first, and that way we'll hook it back together. Okay, what we're going to do is put all the wires back in. Took the screw out here on the top there, in case had it in there in case I need to hold it, move it around. And we're going to put all the wires back in where it needs to be. Kind of match them all up. Yep, what I'm doing is sliding the screw through the wires. So I got 2 there, I got 3 here. There's my 4th one. Here's my 5th one. As you can look at it here, somebody cut that out because when they were putting this on, I would guess that the alarm was going off, and so they figured out if I just cut it off, slide it in, I can take it and not listen to the alarm. So I'm going to take and stick this on here and start my screw. Alright, I got that going in there. Now to put this one back in, I'm just going to go ahead and slide it underneath all the rest of them. Make sure I got a good bite on it. Back it out just a little bit, got a little too tight. Get that underneath there. There we go. Slid underneath. And it kind of keeps some pressure on it. Grab my screwdriver here and I'm going to tighten it up a little bit, put a little pressure on it. Then I'm going to check everything here, make sure I got everything where nothing is touching. And I swing things around, put things back in where they may need to go, or wait till a later date, especially when I put my master fuse back in here. And to make sure that we're all in the clear. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires on there, and I'm going to twist this around, loose it up, twist it a little bit, tighten it up, get it where I want it. Sure that these others are good over here. Okay, got that side on. Now we're going to take and do this side here. This is our main ground wire. I'm going to take the screw out here again. Now you want to make sure too, especially on this side here, that little block doesn't slide out when you're putting it all back together. Because otherwise it'll drop down the bike and you'll be playing let's go find the screw for a while, or the block there, and trying to figure out where it went to. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on here. Stick that in. And get it started. Same way as the last one here, I got one that's been cut. I'm going to slide that underneath there. Slide them all around. This one here is actually sticking up a little bit. That might get in the way, so I'm going to take it, twist it around, and put it underneath and set it on top. Turn around this way, so it goes down in the slot. Get my screw started. Stick that underneath. Got that one down there so it's out of the way, not sticking up. Tighten it up, make sure everything looks good. Everything over here is good. And then it's fitting all this little stuff back together. Put the cap back on here. Keep anything from touching it. Got this piece here that'll go back in up here on top. Slide it around, make sure all your parts and pieces are stuffed down in here so when you put your seat on, you don't screw things up. Tuck everything back together. You might want to wait till you get this one back in to tuck a few of these things back in here. Okay, so I'm going to take and grab the master fuse and going to stick that back in here. We'll see if it actually works. Okay, we're going to take and put the master fuse back in here. And we can take and put it back in, or we can take, I'm going to take and turn off the ignition up here. Turn it to the off position. Was on, I'm going to turn it to the off position. Now I'm going to take and stick the fuse back in. And there, and I'm going to see if it works. And I'm going to turn it on. And my headlights and everything come on up here as we can see that everything's working up here. We got our indicators going, so we're back together. You can go ahead and turn it back off. Then we're going to come back down to here. I'm going to take and slide this back in. We're going to take and put all the other parts and pieces back down in here, stuff them back down in where they're nice and out of the way, so when we put our seat on, we won't have any problems. Okay, now it's time to see if it actually works. We got our fob in our hand. We're going to turn it on, hit the start button. We're back in business. Learned how to put a battery in a bike that actually has an alarm system with a fob. Baby Badger and I, Grandpa Badger, thank you for joining us. Have a great day, folks.